Happy Monday, everybody. We've got Supergirl box office numbers, and in a special treat, in a tribute to Supergirl, the cinematographer behind Supergirl did my lighting today. So you can kind of half see me. I'm kind of in the dark, just like that movie. How bad is it for DC? We got to talk about it. Hey, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, actually. Good afternoon. Kind of crazy weekend. Let's go around the horn. Everybody, plug your channel before we start.
Steph, My Nerdy Home. Happy to be here. Yay.
Blaine, a CEO of Criticless.com, and Supergirl is sitting at a whopping 26% right now. So doing big things.
Oh, I haven't put
big
mine.
RMB from the Burnett work. Join me, and I've written a book.
Oh, that's great. Tell us about it at the end, how we can get it.
Angry Badge. We were right again. And unfortunately, that's not good because we were right again, and everything is horrible. But we'll talk about it. It's gonna be great.
And he used to be called Ing the Merciless. Now he is the Asian Chud, Alan Ing.
Yay! And you are now Mr. Chris Gore.
That's right.
Yeah.
Someone got married over the weekend.
Yeah. I got married over the weekend.
Did you really? Congratulations.
Yeah, we got married in Dana Point, overlooking the beach, and it was a lot of fun. It was great.
Did people from Finland come?
No, but there was Finland. We had Finnish alcohol, long drink. If you've ever heard of long drink, it is a Finnish beverage that's like a hard seltzer. So we had that, and it's a blast. I'll tell you more about it on Wednesday.
She's delightful, by the way. Congratulations.
I have there is a Mrs. Gore. There is a Mrs. Gore, or as I'll refer to her on the show from now on, a Mrs. Film Threat.
Yeah.
Are you going to be like Zendaya and Tom Holland and just be cute on Instagram?
We've already been doing that, but every post that's cute, that comes from her.
Go full screen and show off your ring.
It's not
like the lady.
It's not super. It's just a tungsten.
No, it is super. Look how blue it is.
You know what? Screw the Supergirl lighting. I'll turn on the real lighting here. All right, there's the ring for me. I got a tungsten steel metal gray. It's very manly.
Nice.
So there you
Where'd you
go.
get that Saturn V, bro?
I got that on a Kickstarter. It's pretty amazing from Kickstarter, and it was like a replica of the ship,
A Saturn V.
And
Show your dick cup.
Yeah, then I got this. Comes in Lobo and Supergirl. Did you get one, Steph?
I hope.
No.
You're saying your dick cup comes in Supergirl and in Lobo? Well, at least
Yes, I think there could be plenty available of these. Don't worry. I don't think they're going anywhere. But let's kick off and say hi to the people. And oh my God, Andrew Cram gifted a super chat of $100.
Yes, congratulations, Mr. Chris Gore.
Yes, I am a Mr. Gore.
I know this is your second marriage, but knowing you, it probably feels like the fifth.
It will for her in a year. I'm just kidding.
Guys, we're here to roast
you all day.
Girl, not me. Thank you, Andrew. At some point, if you are going to a con, we have to meet up. I appreciate all your support. A couple of others. Yeah, San Diego. Here we go.
Burnouts for 2. Anyone reviewing Minions and Monsters soon?
I think everybody here. I mean, I know Alan and I will see it before Friday. It looks fun. We saw 10, 15 minutes at CinemaCon. Rob, you were there.
Yep. I thought, you know what? The fact that it leans into old Hollywood and there's a whole filmmaking component of it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Although I have to say this, I cannot stand those interstitials that are happening between trailers in front of whatever movie I'm seeing.
Irritating.
It's come on, please stop. Stop right now.
They need to be better.
Yeah.
You would think the maker of Minions could do a better job with it.
True.
Lord Thoth, member for 44 months. Condolences, Chris, on your wedding. Congrats.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Congrats. Butter Biscuit. Shout out Butter Biscuit for 5. Congrats, Mr. Frank Gore. Wishing you nothing but the best, and hopefully you get in the Hall of Fame. Joking, of course.
Yes, Frank Gore. There we go.
At least now the two of you can finally have sex. So
Yes, I'm looking for
Patriot for $9.99. Congratulations, Mr. Gore. Oh my God!
Thank you so much. And oh my God,
Holy smokes.
the Gary Beekler,
Little YouTuber
Nerdrotic,
named Gary. Shout out. $100 red boy.
Wow.
Congrats.
which I saw that incel clip going around with Gary and the Geeks and Gamers crew. Oh, that's crazy. I hope he
I
recovers.
haven't. Do you want me to bring it up?
Have you seen that? It's so funny. Should we play that clip? Gary, thank you so much.
People are calling Gary an incel.
It
Gary
was-
married
That's
it was
surprising.
hilarious. Everybody
Of course
on
he's an
FNT
incel.
an incel.
I don't know, man. I love his wife. He's doing quite well, I'd say. for
I
himself.
just don't get it. I don't get it. God, oh, thank you for all
I
that.
love his wife respectfully from a distance. Let me just say that.
Thank you, Rob. Mrs. Nerdrotic is a badass.
yeah,
She's a bat.
Yep.
She's a
Yeah,
bat.
she is.
I fear for anyone that would cross her. So
and they tried.
yeah, they
She has
tried.
great taste in music too.
There you go.
Yeah, excellent.
I'm
I'm
Papa
Papa
Incel.
Incel. That's right. King of the
Yeah.
incels.
Yeah.
Later on in that clip, that guy goes on to call him Papa Incel.
Oh my God,
That's
that's
great.
so stupid.
It is very interesting though, because like in that clip, the first thing that I noticed was that guy sitting in his room alone with no wedding ring, calling other people incels.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's
Andrew
good.
Cam-
Really? Is that
Andrew
true?
Cram, shout out.
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah.
Cram gifted 5. The 1A train 50. Thank you so much. So generous. I don't like to make it about me. I mean, I know I do YouTube and used to do TV when TV was a thing, but oddly, I like to be part of the group discussion. So Nandy,
Shout out.
Group
Zero,
something.
49.99. Congrats, Chris, to you and your hubby.
Oh well, thank you.
The 1A
Thanks.
train. Yeah. Nandy, shout out. All these
Thank
congratulations.
you. Just everybody. This is I'm taken aback here. Maybe we should start the show. We'll read these later. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. We will get to all of these, I promise. So, but let's start the show because it's a big one. Folks, box office for Supergirl, the movie hit. People were predicting disaster, and well, it was. Alan, can you go through the numbers?
Yeah, let's do this. Hey, coming in at number 1, dropping 56%, which typical, but it's Toy Story 5. It just got in at over $500 million global. Number 2 is Supergirl opening weekend at 37 million domestic.
No, wait a sec. Can I point out they kept adjusting down? They said 40 on Sunday, and they said 38 Sunday, and today they adjusted down again to 37.1.
And weeks
just to show
before
you
that,
that
they
DC
did the
doesn't
same
do
thing.
well internationally. We're at 30 million international for $67 million.
And if you know anything about the lore of Kevin Smith movies and the movie Clerks, 37 has a special meaning. And I might not say that aloud. I know from the smirks, the people who understand what the 37 has to do with sucking 37 dicks. But that's if you know Kevin Smith, then you know that. So what about the rest?
Yeah, Obsession at number 3. Who knew after 45 weeks, Obsession would still be in the top 5, top 4 for that matter.
Wow.
Jackass, best and last, didn't spend a lot of money on it, and it made 8.4 million.
That's going to be profitable. It was like less than 10 million budget, and those movies always perform well.
Yeah, and considering new gags made up only a third of the movie. Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's latest at 8.2 million, dropping another half. Backrooms, I guess goes up 4.3 million. Scary Movie hanging in there. Master Universe hanging in there. Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War, only in less than 1,000 theaters at 2 million. Just ahead of Star Wars, Mandalorian and Grogu, who beat out Leviticus.
Which, by the way, I saw, was it you, Steph, that posted a photo of Mando and Grogu popcorn buckets being sold at a discount at Walmart? They're actually,
no, that wasn't me.
they're offloading them at Walmart. now.
Wow.
There's so much there.
By the way, if you go to the Chinese theater, this happened to me. If you go to the Chinese theater, order a large popcorn and a large drink, you'll get the Mandalorian cup and popcorn bucket
For free?
for free. You got to buy the large popcorn and drink.
Wow.
That's what comes.
They
with
got to
it.
offload those.
Well, let's get into it. panel review of Supergirl. I want to hear your thoughts. Alan and I, you saw what we had to say about it. I want to hear what you guys, and this is a spoiler discussion. So everything's on the table. You've been warned. Want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think? And I've watched nearly all your videos.
I thought it was boring, honestly. Yeah, it was a terrible movie. I thought it was boring. From the moment you're introduced to Kara, like you have like this sort of like disgust in the back of your throat, like, oh, this is who we're following, this disgusting creature right here. And she remains that way through the end, even when she puts on her super suit. Like she's still pretty. She's not put together throughout the whole movie, but you know that was one of their talking points, that she's messy, and they're very proud of that. They're very proud that she didn't wear any makeup throughout the entire movie, and it's really bad. It's not fun to look at, and it's not fun to watch. The story is all over the place. It's very clunky. A lot of people really liked Jason Momoa. I personally didn't, because I was just like, okay, well, I mean, he could be taken out of the movie, nothing would change, but also it's just Jason Momoa in different makeup. So I think that a lot of people just like Jason Momoa. And that's why they're like, I love Lobo. That's my personal opinion. But I mean, he's the same in every single movie. So I was just like, okay, well, it's just Jason Momoa. There's not a big deal here. But yeah, the movie was bad. It was just bad. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Other
Let
thoughts?
me ask you if I've been around plenty of drunk people, but what are you doing?
This could have been Supergirl.
This could have been Supergirl.
And a real athlete from the esteemed WNBA, Sophie Cunningham.
Okay, that's not
What
what's on
team
screen.
is she on? What team
That's
is
not what's on
she
screen.
would make a good Supergirl. Look at
I
her.
thought you're saying
Hold
Supergirl
on,
could have
yeah.
killed immigrants,
There we go.
and then it
I
would
know. I was like, why is Citizen?
I know.
Kane
It's like, I don't know what he's
Like,
doing.
I
holy
was so
smokes.
confused.
All right,
She
fine.
could have, yeah.
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 No, I was just saying, I've been around a lot of drunk people in my life. I just didn't feel like her drunk was very authentic. It felt very actory. Maybe, am I the only one who feels that way?
Yeah.
No, I would agree with you.
Agreed.
I want to know why. So Kara Zor-El is from a planet with amazing super science and is presumably one of the great places in the universe. And then it blew up. And then she survives that and is on Argo City,
Yeah.
until a calamity befalls it. But she comes from a civilization that was pretty great. And then she comes to the Earth where Kal-El is there, and also Earth has hundreds of metahumans on it. It's been for hundreds of years now. It's been a citizen of the universe. We've got the guardians of Oa there. I don't even understand why is she okay. She grew up knowing she was a refugee from a planet that exploded by no fault of anyone. Why is she so when she says he sees the good in people, I see the truth, or whatever? What truth?
Yeah.
When have
Also,
you
it was
ever-
8 years. She was
What-
floating on that planet for 8 years before she was born into a post-scarcity or whatever the hell it is. Or
Of
No,
course,
it was
but
the kryptonite that was growing in the ground that killed them all.
Yeah.
that was there all along.
But still, it's like, I mean, the truth of what? She hasn't had a lot of hardship in her life, other than the fact that she's a refugee, but she had loving people around her entire life.
Yep.
And her father saved her, sent her to the one place in the universe. Like, what I don't understand about this movie, I get the Tom King book. I understand it's true grit and all that.
They didn't adapt that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But I know, right? How do you not show, like, Earth would be a pretty interesting place, I would think, for her.
Mhm.
Like, she could travel, she can go meet a Green Lantern. She
It
can
looks
go to
better
Oa.
than Krypton does. I'm not a fan of the way they're depicting their civilization. By the way, you made me realize a couple of things, Robert, but one of them is that she got Kal-El's or Clark's actual origin story, where loving parents that sent him to an Earth to be good, and then
Right.
he got the Conquer
Right.
storyline.
Yes, they gave that to to Kara.
She also lived in America, the racist, misogynistic
Living
America.
in
And how does
Worst
she have,
country
how
on
does she
the-
have cash? She bought a spaceship. She's buying all of her drinks.
Where did
Oh, I
that
figured she
spaceship?
stole it.
Where did that spaceship come
Right.
from?
I don't
figured she
know.
stole
What
Stolen
was
and
this?
sitting.
And how many planets does she go to in the movie? Is it 3? More than 3?
Yeah.
She goes to
They're
3.
all the same.
Is it that easy to pop around the galaxy? They couldn't, like, that's why the Krypton origin doesn't make any sense now. Like, how
No.
far is Krypton from all this spacefaring?
You say it like Brando.
Brando does. Yeah. Krypton.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the correct pronunciation.
Is
as
it,
you
what,
are
what you
19
just
February.
described, Robert? It's very interesting. 'Cause what you were just describing reminds me of the modern woman, right? You can grow up with great parents in a great family household and still be so angry and so full of trauma, made up trauma. Like it's so full of trauma. It's basically the writer. That's what it
Yeah.
is. It's a modern.
Yeah.
It's the writer.
More
You know, you can
self-insert.
grow up with very little hardship in a loving family, and yeah, she had to, you know, watch her mother die, and she had to leave everybody behind. And she goes to this planet where she still has family there. She's got Clark, and you know, she can be like, oh well, they did what's best for me, and I'm going to try to make the most of it and really take what my mom said to heart, even though whatever her mom said was whatever.
Just be
You know,
good.
and try to make the best
Yeah.
life that she can, but instead she wants to have this self-pity party and, you know, get drunk all the time and, you know, not really talk to Clark. And you know, that's basically the modern woman. She creates her own drama, her own trauma.
The
you know,
thing
a
is
reason
I've-
to be upset, a reason to go out every weekend and drink.
The
reason to
thing is,
run away
I've
from.
seen this story. I mean, I watch hundreds of independent films every year. I see this story a lot. The whole PTSD. You know, a tragic event happened when I was young, and now I'm a drunk. And you know, in some way, as indie films, they earn it because you feel what they feel. They you know the experience they've gone through, the death of a family, death of parents, death of children. This one, she's on screen and you just have to accept it. She feels bad. She has
Mhm.
PTSD. There's no real explanation as why. And even if you did explain it, I don't know that we could relate to it and really understand.
Well, there was one, but it was on the newspaper that gets pissed on immediately by Crypto in the beginning, where it shows Superman saving a bunch of people, and then her in the bottom corner where like she saves cats from a tree. So on Earth, she doesn't feel like she's enough because Superman already exists and is doing it better. So it's easier to just go.
He's
be
Superman and she's Supergirl, not Superwoman.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, what
Superman
did it say
saved a-
about her and her? I mean, what was Clark teaching her all this time? That she feels bad that, you know, he's the hero and she's not.
And it's
And again,
weird how-
it's all conjecture into what is causing her problem. We don't know. We just have to accept it.
Well,
Trust
and
me,
that's the
bro,
whole
she's
movie.
upset.
Is
Yeah.
accept everything. Everything is just accept it. Like nothing, tons of stuff's not explained. It's even like I'm still just so hung up on the fact that like the MacGuffin of the movie, the Crypto, why they have to do all this stuff. He gets shot with that arrow. She gets shot with the exact same arrows at the end of the movie. All she does is the yellow sun, so she's over it. Could they not have flown Crypto to a yellow sun
Yep.
and healed him
Bingo.
instantly? And the
Of
movie's over in
course.
30 minutes.
Can't-
No,
Well,
they
I'm
said
glad
they
he was
couldn't
wearing
move
the
him.
antidote around his neck.
can't
Like a
move
little
him.
They very specifically said they couldn't move him. It would make the poison go faster, so he had to stay there still.
and we know this because they showed the green molecules, which was
Right.
incredibly stupid. I don't know. I think one of the things we talked about last week, Alan, on our Friday show, is that someone pointed out that the modern female superhero girl boss actually has the character traits of a villain, and that's why they don't resonate. The character traits are ones that would be a villain.
Because
So-
they're very self-centered and self-serving.
Yes,
That's
they're-
why.
Selfish,
Interesting.
not selfless, like all the villains attributes. You go, well, that's why these girl boss characters, they're a hero because of their identity, not
I
because
don't even
of
blame-
the values they espouse.
I don't even blame Krim for killing her whole family because her stupid fucking brother jumped out and scared him, and he had an automatic reflex. And then the parents
was
attacked
so
him.
random.
That was self-defense on his part. I don't even know if he was really the villain that they were trying to make him out to be.
Yeah,
Again,
that
have
was
you
so
ever seen a
random. Like
movie?
the brother just jumps out. It's like,
Ah.
why did he do that?
Well, because
But
he had
Why
because he
did
had
you just jump out?
space AirPods on.
Because everyone listens to music
Right.
all the time in space.
Yeah, but have you
love
ever
it.
seen a movie where a child witnesses the death of her parents, his or her parents?
You mean my
I-
noble and innocent family?
Yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
this is my point about the script. This story is there's nothing new about it. It's just same themes tread over and over again. And the thing is, you're supposed to make, if you're going to go the route of a basic story, then you've got to make it something unique, especially to Supergirl. And this script just failed to do that in every way.
But
You know what
they
you
only
could
do
have-
solid
Well,
scripts.
Here's another thing though, like with the little girl Ruthie that watched her parents get killed. I'm trying to look up the age of the actor because I know she's very young. But she's standing there watching her family get murdered, and she has like the most bland reaction. Now, I don't know if it's because of the direction that she was given, but she was just standing there. It would be more impactful if she was frozen in place and shaking because she doesn't know what to do, and she's like welling up with tears. But there, you get nothing from that. She's just standing there with like this blank reaction.
Yeah. Problem
With
is
the
Bruce
blank
Wayne
face.
already did that. So
It would have been so much more impactful had she reacted a little bit to it, like because she's literally just standing there, and you would believe that trauma. You'd believe that she would want revenge. You'd believe that she has, this. It's very impactful when it happened, seeing her family just slaughtered in front of her. But there was nothing. She was literally just standing there. So I was just like, all right, well, I guess that happened.
Well,
had
yeah,
no reaction to it.
Rotten Tomatoes has dropped from, it was 57, 59 was the highest. It started at 60, then dropped live while I was doing the Nooner with Gary last Wednesday. Now it's at 54% critics and 76. Blaine, you said on Criticless it's 27.
It is 26%.
26.
By
Oh my
God. And that's 120 reviews. So
Wow.
it is, and it's stayed. It's just been going down and down, and it's not like a ton of like what we call low effort ship missiles, which is just people like popping in and dropping a low score with nothing. Like there's a lot of people that have clearly seen it, have plenty to say on it, and nobody. There are so few. I think we have like 2 or 3 most excellents in the whole thing.
I couldn't help when I wanted to like this movie. I'm a big DC fan. I was hoping it would be good. It was actually painful to watch for me from an intellectual standpoint, because I saw so many things that when you see Superman meeting her, when she's come to Earth in a pod, I was thinking to myself, I couldn't help but think about Patty Jenkins' first Wonder Woman movie, where Wonder Woman finally shows up in man's world and is like walking down the street and sees ice cream and sees a baby, and she's the awe and wonder that Wonder Woman is feeling as she's experiencing human society.
And she wants to be a hero. She specifically
Right.
left her island to go be helpful.
Yeah, and it's like I would have been. Maybe I've watched too many videos of foreigners coming to the World Cup and discovering what's great about America, but it would have been really funny or interesting to see Supergirl, like an extended montage or something, where Superman introduces her to Earth, or just you could have done a whole movie about her coming to Earth and figuring out humanity, and what she wants to do, and it could have been a much more interesting film than this. I mean, there was nothing about this movie that somebody said earlier that we haven't seen before.
Right.
And then at the end, what kind of message does it leave the audience that she executes somebody?
She said she misunderstood, or she misunderstood the ending of the actual book, where he's not killed at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Look,
writers.
Clark,
He thought he
Superman
died,
killed
yeah.
someone in Man of Steel. She can kill someone.
Well,
But I mean,
I guess.
another missed opportunity. If they're going to go with cliches, at least do fun ones. They could have had her do one of those cheap, you see it in teen movies for girls, where in front of a mirror to pop music, trying different outfits. They could have had different Supergirl outfits, some more revealing, some not, to settle on her final outfit. It could have been, I mean, that's a cliche from like 80s movies, but those are
But it would have been fun.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
but
those
it's
are things that make her likable and make this movie likable. There is nothing in this movie that is like very fun or likable in general. It's a real problem when you have like a cameo from Seth Rogen as an alien with no balls. That is one of the more likable things in this movie. That's a problem.
Yes.
Have you ever
I
seen that joke before, where the small alien has the deep voice and the
Yeah.
big guy
Right.
is?
I
Also
like the
something we-
David.
You remember that joke?
Yeah.
I like the David Corn sweat scenes. I like that, but
Yes.
it actually, that and a combination of some of Robert's streams and tweets made me realize what my actual issue is that I've been feeling since the first Superman, and that's that he's not Superman. He's Clark. He's Clark all the time. When he's Superman, he acts like Clark.
Yes.
When he's Clark, he acts. And so for me personally, let me get this out. For me personally, I always view Superman as 3 different personas. It's Superman, stoic. He's fucking Superman, what we classically think of. He's Clark Kent. right? The human disguise. And then there's the real dude who's like Clark on the farm or Kal-El in the fortress.
Yes.
That's the real mixture of both Kryptonian and his human heritage. And he loves both. And in most of these, he knows Kryptonian and knows about the culture. But in this one, because they have now quadrupled down on the fact that his parents did send him to Earth to conquer it, he has completely divorced himself of his Kryptonian heritage. And he's just Clark and it's his parent. And that takes away like all the fucking majesty and regality and all of the things that make Superman. He's just Clark. He's just some dude that puts his fucking boots on one at a time and gets upset with his girlfriend when they argue. And this is all comes down to James Gunn, because as he said from the beginning years ago, where he said, I didn't even want to do a Superman movie because I couldn't get a handle on the character. He doesn't get Superman. So he takes away all the interesting shit about him to make him just a dude in a suit.
Well, just because I think by next week, no one will be talking about this movie. One of the positive aspects was, I'll put myself full screen, was this replacing the Dune popcorn
Yummy.
bucket as like a fun, it's the trench coat that Supergirl wears in a cup.
You can drink and eat.
People are having fun with it. I mean, look, the Supergirl fans can't get enough of AMC's exclusive collectible cup. Have you seen these photos on X? Have you seen them?
So
Yeah.
you suck from the tip there? Is that how?
Yeah, that's
how you always do it.
People are having fun with the cup.
Catch anything that falls off the sides. You got
There you go. There you
Now,
go.
does the trench coat Majora get in the way, or?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
But let's get it. Is James Gunn done? Is he done now?
He'll get Mana tomorrow, and he'll somehow
Right.
eke out past Lanterns, and he's going to be like Filoni or Kathleen, Teflon Don.
I'm hoping
Here's the
Lanterns is great though.
Oh, but Robert, they're going to do the same
Dude.
thing. It's Tom Kingan. They're going to give us
Yeah.
Hal Jordan, who's old and burnt out, and we already love Jon Stewart, because they're going to make him fucking unlikable.
They're gonna kill him.
Gonna screw
They're
it.
gonna kill
Yeah,
Hal
Another
Jordan.
deconstruction.
And also,
Here's the thing: if you're James Gunn, and then you read Anna Nogueira's script for Supergirl,
solid.
how is it
So
that
solid.
you don't see the problem with it right off the bat? How is it that for some reason you overlook all of its inherent weaknesses?
Robert, you're a nerd. You know things.
I am.
What if it was one
I drink.
That's all good. If it was one backwater planet, we'll forgive the fact that it's a bunch of slavers that are sex traffickers and stealing all the women. But the fact that they say it's multiple planets in the universe, and they're just known. Where's the Guardians? Why haven't the
Yep.
Green Lantern stopped them?
Well, how about the fact that they sex traffic because they're an all male race and they need to procreate? Well, how did they get there in the first place then?
Circle.
right.
And how do they
I
remain
mean,
that race?
what a
after-
weird
Right.
and first of all, why is it like one of the things I really object to is that the DC universe, and I brought this up on my own stream, has a history. Where is the grandiose? If you look at the planets from the DC universe, whether it's Thanagar, whether it's Ran or Ron, where the 30th century of Legion of Superheroes, these are Kirby-esque super science, giant, crazy planets. And why is it that all these why is she going to the worst bars on the worst planets? Why isn't she going like with bottle service at like the hippest planets in the galaxy? Why
'cause
is
it's
she
cheaper,
going to
They
these?
can reuse sets.
Well, yeah, but I'm looking at this going, how is this interesting? If you're going to world build the DC universe, why is it that you're showing us a bar that I can see, out in Victorville?
Because True Grit,
Right.
because Craig loved fucking True Grit. So instead of adapting the comic they kept saying they were adapting, they made it into a goddamn Western, including her saying that after she was assigned, because Anna was told, put Lobo in this movie by James Gunn, that she just patterned her after the Matt Damon, after that character from True Grit. Because, yeah.
But
Reasons.
even Lobo needed an introduction. Unless you can't assume your audience knows characters that have not been introduced, other than in animated shows and comics. Lobo needed his own character introduction.
She whispered across the table, "That's Lobo. He's a god, and he killed."
Yeah, I
his
mean,
whole-"
you've got to
that's what you
give
get.
him. You're
Right.
building a universe. Everything is world building. Every single thing you're doing. There was no world building in this movie. At least
Well, there was poop corn. But here's
Yeah.
the thing with this is my thing with James
forgot
Gunn.
about that.
He didn't know the Clark's middle name? Have you seen this clip? Gary used it in his video.
Superman's middle name.
Danger.
Justin.
Justin. W.
Is it?
I gave that one to you because I didn't want to have to answer it. Does Clark Kent have a middle name? I'm embarrassed that I don't know. He does?
He does?
What is
What's
it?
his middle name?
Joseph.
I was so close.
Joseph.
Joseph. His middle Clark Kent. Oh, what you just asked that. Joseph Kent is his middle name.
I was going
He's trying to take the win for the edit.
Yeah.
Because it's biblical.
Superman's middle name.
So, okay, I just.
Oh, that's the
it
other
makes
thing.
me
Sorry.
sad to see this.
Robert reminded me when he said it, and like, love him or hate him, but this is what Zack Snyder did understand. This is a modern mythology. These are mythological. There are modern mythology. They are fucking gods and demigods. And when you take all that away, man, it's just fucking boring. It's just people in suits doing things. It without any of the attachment that we have to what makes them great to begin with.
But that was James Gunn's like intention. He wanted to make him more human. That's what makes me human. Like, he literally shouts that at Lex Luthor. And they also wanted to do that with Kara. The writer said that they wanted to make her more human.
I mean, part of my disappointment with James Gunn is everything is based on something else. It's almost like he's fast-tracked stories where, Lanterns is based on True Detective. This is based on this Tom King book, which they didn't even. I had to look up what the original ending of the comic is. It's very poetic. I mean, I did not read the comic, but having learned what the actual comic book ending is for A Woman of Tomorrow, it felt like a better ending, a smarter ending, a more serious story.
And the way they got there, do you know the only thing that they adapted was that a girl named Ruthie has her parents killed by Krim, and that Crypto is poisoned and has 3 days. That is literally, and the green fucking sun, which I hate. But even in the comic, that green sun is green suns don't exist in reality. Okay, it was an artificial one in the comic. But I digress.
I mean, there could be a blue sun. There's blue heat, right? Blue flame. Does that? I don't know. Let's ask Johnny.
But then
Storm.
would it mimic blue kryptonite? Like,
Right.
That's the other thing. I don't think they know what the fuck kryptonite is or how it's made, or they haven't made a decision because there's a couple different origins they could go with. But they just floated around with all the kryptonite on Argo, and then one day randomly, some people start getting kryptonite cancer and some don't. There's just no rhyme or reason to the universe. And as Robert also said, there is no foundation for this whatsoever.
Right.
It is a house of fucking on sand, a house of cards on sand.
Yeah, I'm just it's disappointing to me where I think had James Gunn directed Supergirl, it would have been better. It might not have been great.
No, if he had a
It would have been,
script, if he had
it
a
would have
written-
been
The
better.
script is the issue.
Yeah.
I could have directed that script. I mean, that's how basic it is.
I guess I'm just like, do they restart the DC universe again? I mean, realistically, or do they just go with look, just the connected universe thing? People are exhausted, and I think it could hurt Clayface. Clayface coming out in October, inspired by things like The Substance, I'm told, because they did a recent test screening, it's very good horror film. The more it connects to DC, I actually think that hurts it because it turns people off. Like, I don't want to see a movie that's homework. I got to know 3 other movies in a TV series and read the prequel comic, and there's too much. I just want to tell me a story. Let me check in for 2 hours, get the popcorn bucket, and walk out and have a good time.
But the question is, what's the budget for Clayface?
I'm sure
It's only like $40 million.
$40
Yeah.
million? Okay.
It's Mike Flanagan,
So
and it
could make money.
was developed outside, right? So ideally,
Yeah.
it'll have the writing, not people that are just trying to make Gunn happy, or Gunn, like, who knows what he's done to it. But right,
Is it Matt Reeves Batman or Gunn
it was-
Batman?
he's
It
an
was
executive
intended.
producer.
But it's.
I thought this was supposed to be a Gunn one connecting to
It is
the
a Gunn one.
Clayface that was in Creature Commandos.
It is now, but that is not how it
wasn't
started.
intended
what
for
it
that.
started as, right?
So-
Okay.
And-
But,
Even
but
said we did
ultimately,
that.
if it's a good movie, it will make money.
But
I mean,
I'm
that's-
told that also Batman has been cast, according to Rob,
rumor.
your colleague, John Campion.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him about that. I saw that
he knows who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have
Someone
no
else
idea.
then said it's Tom. I think it was like either Cryptic or My Time to Shine. So everyone says it's Tom Brittany. But like, isn't this a little
Tom
convenient that now that Supergirl's doing horrible, we all of a sudden start talking about Batman in the DCU? I don't know. Not that Campy has taken marching orders or anything. It just seems a little sus timing to all of a sudden know who the casting is.
Right.
The
Elvis
same thing
Jacob
happened with
Elordi.
that with Superman though. Like when that movie came out, a lot of people started instantly talking about Wonder Woman and the Wonder Woman casting.
Yeah.
Army
And how they're
Hammer
trying to
would
fast
make
track
a
Wonder
good
Woman.
Army Hammer would make a good Batman, but there might be some controversy there. The one
Well, he was Batman.
person who has gotten caught up into this Millie Alcock, I feel sorry for because
I do too.
I believe she has been brutally honest. When you see her on the red carpet, she has been honest about. She said in an interview with someone you and I both know, Rob Scott Mance. She was asked in an interview, which I can show.
I saw that
clip.
interview.
Yeah, it was just like, well, the 40. She said, "Look, the hardest thing is doing these interviews and junkets." She wasn't trained for that. She wasn't trained for red carpet or doing marketing or posing and for glamour photos or doing endless interviews day after day and jetting around the world. She's an actress, so.
Well, no, that's not true though. She was trained for it. They made a point in one of the articles that I read to say that she was. I think it was a Variety article. She was trained for it. She is trained for it. She just finds it nerve-wracking and has anxiety surrounding it. But she was trained for it.
Well, being a gay icon is hard.
Yeah, and she talks about some things here about the actual comic.
I just stayed really true to the Tom King comic book because that was our version of our story that we were telling. And I tried to contextualize her experiences and reality of space into the world that we exist in now. And like, what does this actually mean? I just kind of crossed my fingers and hoped for the best, basically. I just stayed.
Look, she's not prepared for all this attention that it's getting. What I'm disappointed about is that now it's coming back on the fans.
It always does.
It's the toxic fans. There's a couple articles. I'll bring them up. But what are your thoughts about this? I think she's a very good actress. I think she'll survive all of this. All this.
I don't think this is anything new. It's been misogyny and toxic fans since Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, yeah. It's our fault.
So this isn't anything new. This is just, and you see it online, and she's not alone in getting this type of hate. Like even The Rock gets hate, right? That like actors, you put yourself in the public eye, all of that. You get hate everywhere. But with this movie, they want to spin it as it's a superhero movie that stars a woman, therefore she is expected to get hate. There's going to be misogynistic comments. People are going to hate it. Men aren't going to see it, even though I think it was like 59% of the demographic that went to go see it was male and not female. And they're just going to spew hate at her just because she is a woman leading a superhero film. And that's why it's going to fail. If it fails, it's on those toxic fans. It's a song and dance that has been done by the media multiple times. You can just see it coming. So it's not that it's just a bad movie. And now it's just a bad movie. It's a bad movie. She was in a bad movie. It's a bad superhero movie. And, fans are going to spend their money where they want to spend money. And if it's a bad movie, they're not going to watch it. It has nothing to do with toxicity or misogyny. It's just a bad superhero
She
movie.
could also point to all the Chaka memes, though, and Feral Kid memes. So,
right.
But,
well,
those are
memes.
memes.
I think that got definitely amplified when she made the Christian dad comment. Like it seemed like things really ramped up when that came out. And it's one of those things too, where it's like you can see it just from the outside. If you watch with all of these scenarios where the less that they address this stuff that we're talking about and the less that they talk about it and don't call attention to it, just roll with it, the less flack they catch. But this was one of the many where they kept calling it out.
This movie wasn't even fun to watch.
Yeah.
There was nothing in it. It didn't put a smile on my face. A Superman family movie should have something that makes you feel good, something that makes you smile, something that makes you think, I wish, it's wish fulfillment. And in this movie, there was not one instance you never got to see Supergirl be super.
No, and Lobo wasn't fun. He was just like as pointed out. It was just that was just Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
he sucked. Well, and what Rob just said is my biggest thing, because my 13-year-old daughter was asking to go to this, and from everything that I had heard, I was like, let's pump the brakes. If it's great, if it happens to surprisingly be great, I'll take you. She was like, I really want to go. I was like, let me see it first. By the end of this movie, I could not have been happier that I did not expose her to this film. Like, this is not a movie for young teenage girls to watch this washed up, miserable, drunk. Like, it's just, there's no good example set. And then, as we talked about with how this movie sends things off, it's not like they sent Krim off into the Phantom Zone or anything like that. She just murders him at the end of the film, while the whole film, the only message is be good, you know, and then she does that. It's just, there's nothing redeemable whatsoever about this film.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it pisses me off, because I really would have loved to take my daughter to see a Supergirl movie, and I literally couldn't.
Yeah. Do we have notes for this story about where she addresses toxic fans?
We do.
Okay, let's go for it. And then a new story. I really think the media has turned on DC and Gunn. He's a target now. And there's another story just dropped, which let's get to this first.
So that's actually what my video was about today. Yes, it seems the trust the process for Gunn is not working any longer. All right, Millie Alcock on toxic fans. Rather than pretending criticism won't happen, Alcock says she's expecting it. She admits she's nervous about whether fans will accept her version of Supergirl, the impact the movie could have on her everyday life, and online criticism and harassment. However, she says she's trying to remind herself that not everyone will like every interpretation of a beloved character, and that's something she can't control. Drawing from her experience with House of the Dragon, Alcock discusses the darker side of fandom. She says, social media often amplifies the loudest negative voices. Many attacks come from anonymous or burner accounts, and she's actively trying to spend less time online because reading criticism can reinforce self-doubt. Instead, she focuses on the opinions of people she trusts rather than strangers online. Alcock acknowledges that female-led superhero projects often attract an especially hostile corner of the internet. She argues that women in these roles are frequently scrutinized more harshly. Online outrage often says more about the people posting than the actor themselves. If her performance upsets the right kind of people, she's comfortable with that. She describes Kara as a hero dealing with trauma and healing rather than simply saving the world. That's what I say to that.
What do you guys think?
They know what they're
Can you
doing.
imagine if Robert Pattinson came out and said this exact thing, like about people's criticisms of him being cast as Batman?
Yeah, it would be weird. It would be weird
Because he was scrutinized as well. He was heavily scrutinized. They were like, "Are you kidding? The Twilight guy, Sparkle
Twilight
Batman."
boy.
Well, he talked about even working out, like he's not even working out. He made jokes about it, but he did actually work out.
Yeah,
He did.
This is the playbook, by the way. You saw this with Acolyte and every other goddamn project. Gonna have the racist trolls.
This story just dropped. Supergirl stinks. Why does Hollywood keep failing female superheroes? I mean, are they? We have no notes for this story. Maybe just read a little bit. I don't know if you read that bad, Joe.
Yeah, I can see it. There's a scene toward the end of Supergirl that perfectly encapsulates how tonally inept it is. After what feels like an eternity, our Kryptonian hero, Kara Zor-El, has quit drinking away her sorrows, embraced her superpowers, thrown on her cape, and decided to whoop some evil ass. It's a moment of triumph for the 23-year-old whose planet-hopping party girl persona had masked a deep pain stemming from the loss of her parents and home planet and demands a rousing tune to mark the milestone. All of a sudden, the sound drops, the action slows to a crawl, and the deafening silence is broken by the strumming of an acoustic guitar, followed by a woman's voice softly crooning the lyrics to The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. It's not only remarkably deflating, but also one of the worst needle drops ever. And the man responsible is none other than James Gunn, the new steward of DC Studios. Yeah, it says they went through 45 different songs before finally settling on this one. That was probably the biggest discussion, Greg Gillespie said, told Rolling Stone. Yeah. And I got to credit James. I just got to credit him. Who was drunk driving the car? Well, I got to credit that guy right there. He was actually doing it.
Wasn't me.
The issues with Supergirl extended far beyond that one song, of course, as Variety critic Owen Gleiberman wrote in his review of the film. It's a comic book movie with the worst script I can remember, and that's full of action yet numbingly flat. It received a B- cinema score among opening night audiences, the lowest of any DC comic movie adaptation other than Joker Folie Dieu, and grossed a meager 38, now 37 million in its opening weekend against a 170 million budget, plus worldwide marketing expenses. Supergirl is just the latest in a long line of disappointing movies, or in the worrying case of Batgirl, axed projects centering a female superhero since Patty Jenkins' impressive Wonder Woman back in 2017.
Yeah, why can't Hollywood get it right?
One could argue that Supergirl was set up for failure given the way the character was introduced in the DC universe in Gunn's Superman, drunkenly stumbling into the Fortress of Solitude looking for her dog Crypto in a blink and you'll miss it cameo. Unlike the first appearance of Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman, in Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice, where she joins Batman and Superman in battling Doomsday, or the acrobatic intro of Tom Holland's Spider-Man in Captain America: Civil War, our interest hadn't been piqued in Supergirl as a standalone character by a superpowers flexing sequence. Rather, we were treated to a sitcom-esque drop-in that was met with befuddlement more than anything. Thanks for watching him, bitch. It just upset people when she was introduced.
Yeah. There's more to this.
Supergirl feels slight in scale. This is, I think, one of Robert's points, that the entire DCU feels slight in scale and small and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
As though the character was dropped into an episode of The Mandalorian instead of an epic superhero movie. As our critic pointed out, much of its runtime is dedicated to Kara navigating dark desert worlds, crossing paths with creature after creature straight out of the Mos Eisley Cantina, including a two-headed rat and an armadillo-like pet furiously pooping in a cage. And I do mean dark. Large stretches of Supergirl as calignious as a David Fincher film. It's almost ironic that Supergirl is powered by the yellow sun because her movie is drained of color.
I mean, that alone, I don't know who the cinematographer is. It's embarrassing. I saw the movie twice. It's like they did not have key lights on your characters.
Did Variety not get their check?
Look the same. What's that?
Did Variety not get their check? Because they have been.
I know.
They're
not pulling punches.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I say they've turned on Gunn, right? And this is really, if you look at Gunn's career, you could debate films you like, didn't like. I think his best is still The First Guardians. That's it. Best mainstream movie he's made.
Yeah.
But he has never been affiliated with a failure. This is his first. So
and you can't remove him from this movie either. That's the weird thing, where it's supposed to be a Craig Gillespie movie and all this stuff, and he says, that Gunn controlled the song and whatever, but it feels like Gunn controlled 99% of this movie, and it just kind of feels like I said it the other day, it's like it feels like the worst James Gunn movie ever that wasn't made by James Gunn, because it's even like some of the script feels like it was inspired by him, and Anna was just kind of trying to mimic some of what he had done before. It's bad. I don't see how he's going to make it out of the other side of this, like especially with the Paramount takeover.
Well, I also didn't understand the musical identity of this film. The bizarre score they went through. The third composer. One of the great things. One of the great things about the Superman franchise has always been music. I mean, whether it's Hans Zimmer's two notes established Superman. And then you had John Williams' Superman March, and you get to this, and there's I kept waiting for a Supergirl theme. Is she gonna have a theme? And then the music drops, the needle drops. In Guardians, it makes sense because it's the music his mother gave to Peter right before she died. And that's why he's got a tape, and we're hearing his, mixtape throughout the movies. Why are there needle drops here? She's not on Earth.
It's for TikTok.
I know, and it doesn't work.
Why were they singing dancing cheek to cheek in the alien fucking bar?
I know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Dude. How did that music even get to the alien planet?
Oh yeah, we're in.
I really think
ride.
Craig
Everything will
Gillespie
be
was the
all
wrong
right.
director.
Totally fine.
To me,
I have
it
a
sounds like
theory,
saying
but
Richard.
it seems like that maybe heroism is maybe interpreted as a masculine trait, and that you can't apply heroism to females, but not realizing that heroism is non-gender, and that's the kind of stories we want in superhero stories. But for some reason, with the exception of Wonder Woman, a female superhero movie cannot exhibit any kind of heroism.
Well, Superman is mocked.
On a hero's journey in a female movie. They're already perfect the way
Superman
they
is
are.
mocked for being a hero. They don't like heroes. Kindness may be the punk rock that they keep saying, but they sure don't like actual.
Well, you have to
heroes.
undermine it. They undermined it the whole time. Superman should be this heroic character that everybody loves, but they keep undermining him, making this weak person who is the butt of everyone's jokes.
Why is he wearing his underwear?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You want to keep reading? Badger will finish the article.
Yeah. Despite the best efforts of Alcock in the title role and Eve Ridley as Ruthie Marnol, a young girl out to avenge the killing of her noble and innocent family at the hands of a band of human trafficking space pirates known as the Brigands, they are let down by Anna Nogueira's mess of a script. And now everyone is remembering Gunn saying they wouldn't shoot unless the script was solid, which fails to illuminate what drives its character and provides context through thinly rendered, momentum-killing flashbacks, such as the destruction of Krypton. Who are Noel's parents? What is motivating Supergirl beyond retrieving an antidote for her poisoned dog? Why are the Brigands led by Krim of the Yellow Hills? A pin-faced, ponytailed Matthias, Schoenertz. He tried. Trafficking little girls who they call the brides. That we are not privy to any of their backstory other than a throwaway line about repopulating a planet makes the human trafficking subplot seem like a cheap knockoff of Mad Max Fury Road. Yeah. Jesus.
The whole thing was a cheap knockoff of Mad Max.
Yeah.
I can't wait for her to screw up Wonder Woman.
Do you want to,
dude?
going?
I saw a weird quote from
God.
James the other day saying, and it just kind of seemed random, is James said he was trying to protect Anna Nogueira. And I don't even know exactly what he meant by that. Like, because he's talking about the writers of these different movies, and he talks about this, and he talks about Clayface, and in that statement, he literally says, and Anna Nogueira is writing this, and I'm very committed to her, and I'm protecting her. I'm like, what does that even
He's protecting
mean?
her feelings from criticism.
Right, I guess, yeah.
But why? She has one short film script credit.
Yes, I have more experience as a screenwriter
Me too.
than her.
So I keep being told.
films that,
I keep being told she
I
was
feel like
there.
I have just the same amount of experience screenwriting than she does.
So I keep being told she was there before Gunn even took over writing movies for them and was uncredited on many things. She has this whole, she's like Bob Lazar. She's got all this history there that's just been taken off the grid or whatever, and that's why she was given these projects.
This is my personal observation. I have no inside knowledge, but based on everything I've seen of Gunn, he seems like the type of manager who hires people lesser than him, so he can control it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't bring in, he's not a kind of person that I want to get everyone around me is better at their job than I am. And I just collect a team. He seems threatened. There's that one, we can find the clip, or you've probably seen it a bunch of times, where he gets in an argument with David Cornsweet about a really critical scene. And Cornsweet Yes, he disagrees with Superman wouldn't do that. And Gunn's response was, just do it my way. He doesn't get people who work creatively that challenge Gunn.
That scene wasn't about Superman. It was about Gunn and his life of being trolled by critics. And
Anna Nogueira, you know what? She took an opportunity, very inexperienced, very little produced work to look at, and he brought her in thinking maybe I'll rewrite it, I'll do whatever. He seems spread too thin, and maybe Kevin Feige made it look easy. I don't know, Rob, you have thoughts on that because you work on creative teams.
What's he spread thin on? Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, the thing about movie making is you want to hire. I mean, every key on a film set has a different skill set, and you need them all.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to hire. I've always said that one of the most effective places to be is on a film set when there needs to be a problem that's solved, because movie making, every dollar, every second has a dollar value associated with it. So the people that work on big budget movies are the best of the best, and they can solve any problem. And that's why it's so strange. They can only do so much. When they're given a script, they don't question the script. They take the script to go make it. And it's frustrating to see something like this happen because, look, I think the real problem with this movie, Craig Gillespie, they hired because he did great work with female main characters. I, Tanya, Cruella. Then he did wacky stuff like Lars and the Real Girl. He had no experience with fantasy cinema at all. And I understand people don't, if you don't like, we think that everybody loves science fiction, fantasy, and horror. But if you're not a fan of fantasy, science fiction, and horror, you're the last person in the world you want to be making science fiction, fantasy.
Isn't this the Chloe Zhao problem? Like, just because you can make a movie doesn't mean you can make a big budget, like action Hollywood comic book movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus, there's not a lot of seasoned writers in Los Angeles right now. So,
Gary said that Anna Noguera wrote what is it? The extra fixed scenes for Batgirl.
For Batgirl, yeah.
Yeah, but we've none of us have seen. Let's finish this article and then we'll go to Soups.
A little more on Crim of the Yellow Hills, whereas Gunn Superman was buoyed by Nicholas Holt's scenery-chewing performance as Lex Luthor. The villain of Supergirl barely registers thanks to his missing backstory. Gunn also surrounded David Cornsweet Superman with a team of intriguing superheroes such as Mr. Terrific, Green Lantern, and Metamorpho and Hawk Girl, as well as the always great Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen or Gisondo. Alcock's Supergirl has Lobo, a glam rock bounty hunter on a motorcycle played by Jason Momoa, who already played Aquaman, that we know precious little about. Her cousin, Cornsweet Superman, who mostly pops up on video calls or in flashbacks, Ridley Knoll and her poison dog. Oh, and Seth Rogen voices a miniature alien in a couple of scenes. These aren't exactly the Guardians of the Galaxy. As for the lame Krypton flashbacks, a big reason why Wonder Woman was so effective, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever for that matter, is because it's rich in context. We bear witness to the glory of Themyscira, Diana's home planet of Amaz, I think he meant island, and the mentoring and guidance bestowed on her by her mother, Queen Hippolyta, and her warrior sister, and Robin Wright. We understand that the world that shaped Diana and her calling as Wonder Woman. In Supergirl, we're treated to subtitled scenes of her mother and her father telling her to be good, as we witness the destruction of Krypton for the umpteenth time, and the poison dog she spends the whole film trying to save. Their entire backstory boils down to her stumbling across it one day during a funeral procession. While the culture war is a contributing factor in the poor performance of female-led superhero films, with hordes of online misogynists, I guess that would be us, lashing out at them sight unseen, previous entries like Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel withstood similar backlash. Who can forget the manly meltdown over women-only screenings of Wonder Woman, to big box office returns and the female-focused Barbie shattered records, grossing $1.4 billion worldwide? That's because those films were made with care and consideration. Unlike Supergirl or other recent movies centering on women superheroes such as Wonder Woman 1984, The New Mutants, Eternals, The Marvels, Madam Web, and last year's Red Sonja, which no one saw, which grossed a grand total of $271,000.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
That was a Red Sonja. It was a cheap exploitation movie.
yeah, that's
I saw it.
basically.
It's okay.
It is, however, hard to imagine that a male superhero would be treated with the same disrespect as Batgirl. You seen Shazam? Adil and Bilal's film starring Leslie Grace as the titular superheroine, Brendan Fraser as the villain Firefly, and Michael Keaton returning as Batman. Filming had already been completed on the $90 million project when DC Films' parent company Warner Brothers Discovery decided to cancel it during the post-production, treating it as a tax write-down following its merger. The product, I'm sorry, content is being commodified to the extent that it's more valuable to burn it down and get the insurance on it than to give it a shot in the marketplace, Fraser said at the time. Audiences are also experiencing a general sense of superhero fatigue thanks to an oversaturated marketplace bursting with sequels, spin-offs, and second-tier heroes with weak IP. It's one reason why younger audiences are turning towards original horror films from YouTube creators.
Yeah.
Anything to explain. Noguera, the aforementioned writer of Supergirl, has been tasked.
Am I the only one that read that as Roadhead?
Well, you
All right,
are married
let's
now.
move on. I'm sorry, I can't look at that now.
Has been tasked with pinning an upcoming Wonder Woman film and Teen Titans for Gunn and DC Studios, though future projects are all up in the air given Paramount's Skydance's pending takeover of Warner Brothers. That is the only standalone female superhero project currently in production. Over the years, several female heroes and villains have deserved their own spin-off films, from Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman and Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique to Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie, because that would have made money. And there are a number of other appealing female comic book heroes who could feature in big screen adaptations, like, Vixen, Cindy Moon, Silk, Tank Girl, blah, blah, blah. Perhaps Marvel's upcoming X-Men reboot will inspire a long-awaited Storm movie. Whatever happens, they should heed the lessons learned from Supergirl on what not to do.
What do you think the real lessons are in this? I don't think they really get to the point, if you ask me, in this story. But the headline is very incendiary.
Yeah.
So
If they got to the point, they'd get canceled. So
yeah. I just think that it doesn't sell. Like the kind of, if you want women to show up for a movie, make The Devil Wears Prada 2, make Barbie, make movies like that. Like make, not the superhero, female-led superhero. Those are male fans mostly.
Yeah.
Just make it for men and everyone will go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
are you saying
Yeah.
don't take a boys brand and make it a girls brand?
Yes, that's what I've been saying.
Interesting.
Okay. Let's get to soups and we'll pivot to other topics. There's a lot of comments here, but I want to remind people a couple things. Alan has a dream. And
It's a big dream.
Alan, tell us about your dream.
I dream that we will one day make it to 169,000, and we are less than 10,000 subscribers away from doing that.
That's right. So if you're new to the channel, please become a subscriber and that's what
where
Alan, there will be a celebration. There will be a celebration. And then also go to shop.filmthreat.com. If you are part of the Trader Joe's trend of those bags, we got you with Film Threat Trader Threat totes. That's right. All different kinds of bags for your bag needs. Apparel. We've got a Supergirl inspired shirt on here, or Superman, if you will. So go to shop.filmthreat.com and check those out.
All right. Eating Trader Joe's.
By the way, we're 7,500 subscribers away
from 69,000.
169,000. That's right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. There. But let's get to. We have a lot of soups here. We'll get through them, and I have more topics.
Rumble rant for 3. One Punch Man. Sing it, please, Badger. Hashtag save Stargate.
That's a new one. I haven't heard that.
Panoiker for $4.99. R&B is right about DCU feeling ordinary. All locations are cheap, bland, CGI hellscapes. Krypton was very bland. Nolan and Snyder's movies had actual stuff. Krypton just looks like 1930s, like Art Deco.
Where are these production designers? I mean, Rob, in your head, think of Ralph McQuarrie paintings of different worlds. Think of your old. I'm thinking
of Yes album covers from the 70s.
just anything. Like the design on this is an embarrassment. How was all of that approved? How did no one, when footage was coming back, was it all shot on the volume? I know they shot in Australia, and there were some
and
real
like
locations.
Iceland, and I honestly don't know. I mean, I look at this, even Krem, that whole like his face piercings or whatever. You look at
Lord
that
eyes, and gimp
Very punk
mask.
rock, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you look at that guy.
Shit.
I was thinking about some of my favorite villains, like Hans Gruber in Die Hard.
Yeah,
He's bespoke. Villains should be bespoke, whether it's Vader, whether it's Skeletor. The great villains are bespoke people. They don't look like they're wearing foam. I mean, if you look at the piping on that costume, it looks like foam. Basically one step away from styrofoam. It was not credible. You look at that and you're like, there's nothing functional about this villain. I don't believe that character.
Well,
I just don't believe
that,
him.
Rob, you've been on a real film set. I was on the set of Army of Darkness.
I have a screen credit on Army of Darkness.
And I visited the set. I interviewed Sam Raimi. It was for when Film Threat was a print magazine back in the day. But what shocked me is how cheap everything looked in real life. Like stone was basically foam. The way it photographs and the sound design makes it feel real.
Yes.
And in real life, you're looking like it's so flimsy. You got to know how to photograph it to believe it. And even how the sound design makes you believe it. And this was, the production design.
Well, you have to ask yourself, if you're a brigand, which is the dumbest name ever, and you are raping and pillaging and traveling and doing crimes and getting sushi and not paying or whatever the hell you're doing, you have to believe that what you're wearing is functional to help you achieve that goal. And when I'm looking at these guys, I'm like, I understand in Road Warrior, when society collapses, if you're able to find football pads, that works as armor. You're picking up just whatever that you could find. But these guys apparently would have some kind of financing. They're traveling around, they're selling. Why don't they look cool?
Yeah.
Well, his cod piece comes off real easy for easy access.
Right.
But
It's for
other
their
than that,
kinks. This is the whole suit is just to facilitate the further kink,
got a Prince Albert.
Which it doesn't make them, and they're not credible. You don't buy them. When you look at them, you're like, nobody would do that. Nobody would dress like that.
It looks like Taserface. Like it looks like they just kind of looked like the
from Guardians,
the Ravagers.
The Ravagers, yeah.
Like that's, and all the aliens doesn't look like DC to me. And their stupid little pop-up suit that was all puffy. It looks like Guardians 3.
That was terrible.
Okay, so I'm not not it then.
That pop-up suit was terrible.
That was dumb.
Another Rumble rant for 20. Congrats, Mr. and Mrs. Film Threat.
Thank you very much. Appreciate all the shout outs there.
Not another name for 5. Just saw the 1974 Death Wish, and man, it's the better Citizen Vigilante.
Well, yes, it is. It's Citizen Vigilante is kind of owes a lot to Death Wish and similar movies.
Responding to different crime, right?
Yeah.
By the way, we should mention that Citizen Vigilante is now at 20%.
There you go.
He's near review, Adam.
Thanks to my lone positive review.
No! Oh, get ready for the pushback.
I
Alan.
know. I've already started to get it. So.
Oh man.
I don't think I got to read that last one.
Oh no! Sorry about that.
Okay.
Major Chai for 2. Congratulations on your nuptials, Mr. Gore. You leave his nuptials alone. That's private.
All right.
His wife.
Yeah. Thank you.
Panoia
for her to play with
for $4.99. Someone play with my nuptials. Supergirl makes Green Lantern 2011 look like The Dark Knight in comparison. Very flawed movie, but it at least had Mark Strong as Sinestro, who was great. Look, we've already kind of retroactively realized we were too hard on that movie, and wait until Lanterns comes out. It really will be a masterpiece. Yeah. One Punch Fan for another 10. Future Gore's son, Mick Gore, Diaper Fund.
Oh, thank you very much.
I can't wait for you guys to start a family.
Yeah. When's that happening?
Mexa Rage for 2. I have a question. Were there no other kids there?
No,
On
they're-
Krypton?
I'm guessing-
On Krypton?
Yeah,
Or
like
on the
so they only send Kara. Were there other children?
Oh,
Like,
maybe they were like,
was
"Fuck
there
them
room
kids."
in that sphere that looked like
It looked like a lot of room.
That sphere looked
Right.
like a bad French perfume advertisement. It
And
looked
her outfit was
so
terrible too.
that was
But now it makes sense because that's their design aesthetic. Krypton looks like the 1930s Art Deco. His Fortress of Solitude has all the retro robots and tech and shit. That's why she looks like she's in the 1950s spacesuit because that's just the
Okay.
design they
I
went
think
with.
you're giving them too much credit.
Probably.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Mexa Rage for 2. I like dogs, but I hate this version of Crypto so much. Yes.
Well,
James
James
Gunn's
Gunn
dog.
is very good at selling digital characters. Groot, Rocket Raccoon, Crypto.
Not this one.
This
Crypto
fucking
and
dog
Super-
ain't it,
not
though.
this one. That's a really specific thing to be able to sell in your movie. He knows how to do it. Crypto is pointless in this film.
Don't worry though,
Not
Crypto
everything.
animated show coming out. You're gonna love it.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's not even a joke. Thundercats
Yeah.
litter box for 5. A distrust of people comes from people breaking trust. That didn't happen to Kara. Why'd she distrust people? She should distrust Earth's molten core. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like she went off course and got captured by the brigands when she was young and had to escape and had this reason that she's all fucked up. She had a very happy life until it ended. Well, guess what? That happens to everyone at some point.
Well, it seems like
for-
the better movie was what happened to her on Earth when she landed that made her become this person. You know,
Right,
what was
they
Clark
could've-
not doing?
They could have had the whole
Yeah.
pop music trying on clothes in front of a mirror montage from
Mhm.
every 80s teen movie.
We could have taken her to get burritos on the farm. Me and your
Right.
ma.
In your mom.
That's true. I
What-
mean,
Clark
what if
and
Clark's
Hero?
parents took her in as kind of an
I
adopted
made you a
daughter or something
suit.
like
We saw you on the TV.
From what you are saying, Supergirl has no chance of a bill. Oh my god.
Yeah, no chance. I don't think that's going to happen.
John Madalang, remember, for 47
John.
months. My god.
Whoa.
Anna Noguera will also write the script for Wonder Woman. I wish all our careers followed Hollywood's trend of failing upward. It's impressive.
that. I can't,
Wow.
John
I
is
can't
a
wait to
friend.
see it.
Good to see you. Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Security G for 5. I would love to be a fly on the wall in the executive boardroom to see how they navigate this and keep planning a vision going forward. Tell them we cast Batman. Tell them we cast Batman.
Yeah,
That's what it would sound like.
that's what they're doing.
Corporal Jenkins for 5. Congrats, Chris. I hope Mrs. Film Threat puts out like a broken candy machine.
Yes,
It's classy.
yes.
Uh,
You know.
Tyler Disney official for $4.99.
Hey,
Hi, Chris.
Tyler.
Hey,
Good
Tyler,
to
it's
see you.
Mr. Chris Gore
Mr.
now.
Gore to you.
Hey, Tyler.
Caveat
Great to
ties
see
member
you.
for 25 months. Cast has a great Blaine splain about Supergirl.
Oh yeah. I did a video.
What is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I did a video just kind of talking about Gunn yesterday, and kind of just the whole deal of how we got here and how I kind of just think he's to blame for this whole thing and kind of where this is going to play out. So, yeah, I am genuinely like baffled by the narcissism on full display. Like it's kind of shocking, honestly. I kind of expected better, but nope.
Yeah.
It's the one through line. If he likes it, it's the right decision.
Yeah.
But if he let that script go out, I mean,
That's and based on what he said and let that script get out, like we're not going. He was really throwing shade at Marvel.
And it's
With
not just two
really
movies. It's
Right.
Peacemaker. It's Creature Commandos. It's all the announcements. It's how they talk about the projects.
Yeah.
Logan Misiak for 10. You cannot reboot the DC again. It's very simple. Get rid of the trash writers and make good films with good CGI effects. Keep the damn actors. You can't keep rebooting things. It's getting annoying.
Yeah.
you know,
I
it's
agree
funny.
with
That's
that.
what we said about Marvel, and that's what we said about Star Wars.
Yeah. Keep your classic actors. Get better writers.
Fire
Royce-
everybody.
Royston S. Bailey for 2. My only cue or question about Supergirl: why did Gunn hire that writer?
Yes. How does a person get that job? I mean, Rob, do you have any speculation?
Because again,
Well,
there are no writers in Southern California to.
Yeah, there
pull
are no
from.
writers who can write movies.
I honestly don't know. I think they probably wanted to go with a female screenwriter to start with. DC had already been working with her, apparently. You know,
But there are no female screenwriters in Los Angeles at all.
If it was one movie,
or,
I'd be
or
fine with
people
that.
that have had experience writing something like this. Maybe they got her working cheap. I don't know.
Wasn't she?
I think that's part of it. He's doesn't have huge budgets.
Well, didn't she originally pen the Supergirl movie that was supposed to be the spinoff from the Flash movie?
I heard that same
Yeah,
thing.
and
and
then
then threw it all away and did this.
yeah, she had to start from the very beginning to write this movie.
Yeah.
But then giving her Teen Titans and giving her Wonder Woman, that's the part where it doesn't track. Like,
I mean, how much do they pay writers?
Well,
for
James
this?
Gunn
Could-
read
could
her
that not have
script and said it
been
was like one of the
affordable?
greatest things he's ever read. He loved it.
and he said Supergirl or Flash was one of the best movies he's ever
Yeah.
seen. So I
mean, my point is, if you're saying that they couldn't afford it, how much is it? You know, could they not afford another million?
Right, they pay her in bulk. Write us 3 scripts. Here's your minimum fee.
Or give her $500,000 with points, maybe. But I can't believe that money was the issue.
Yeah, I think she just
Considering what they
writes
spent.
to his.
I
She
think
writes
right.
how he
She
likes.
does what he wants.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of hiring based on identity.
And based on the anecdote about Lobo, where she says that was just my assignment. He told me to put Lobo in the movie. Like, so yes, sir. She takes her marching orders and
Right.
You should have just written the movie.
Yeah.
C Black for $1.99. Would Feige take Gunn back after his comments? Would Gunn go back?
I don't think so. And I don't know that. I think Feige would take him back. I don't think Gunn would go back just out of ego.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thoughts.
Yeah, which I think
No-
he
no
needs to go
feel
back
best.
to making weird indies, like make something. What was it, Slither?
Yeah.
When he did about the worms and stuff, like do weird horror stuff and whatever.
Make
Like
another
branch
Brightburn.
out.
Right.
Right.
Do your evil version of fucking Superman and all the other thing.
Right.
Voyager 1 for 5. New York Times says Supergirl failed because of misogyny. And the past 5 years, majority of female superhero movies have been uniformly rejected.
Yeah.
Well, they're not making them for the audience, for the
That's
targeted
right.
audience that goes and watches them, so they're going to fail.
When Grace Randolph is the one saying, stop turning them into feminist manifestos.
Yes, she said not
Yes,
every superhero film with a female lead has to be a feminist manifesto.
That is a huge
Yes.
part of it.
She said that.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
look,
The,
I respect Grace. I respect.
the newly dubbed Nazi Grace
Yeah.
Base
of
Grace.
the internet.
Base Grace. Royson S. Bailey for 2. The Marvels also had a majority male. Most of these female ones are seen more by men. That's the joke.
That's 100% true.
Graph Web for 2. In the name of all that is holy, hashtag cancel Disney Plus. Yes.
Thanks.
Andrew Cram gifting 5 film threat memberships. Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you.
Matthew for $4.99. I guess telling Christian dads not to bring their kids to this movie didn't work out too well, huh, Millie? Never go full Zegler. Or
I don't
Ziegler.
think she did. I didn't look. She wasn't pushing political opinions. She was answering questions asked and being maybe too honest, where she could have been a bit more diplomatic, which is fine. But I think she was being completely honest. I don't think I don't think you can compare her to Zegler. So
Wasn't it Saffron who told her that if you're pissing off Christian dads, you're doing the right thing or doing?
Yeah, probably not a smart thing to say, but
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
There's no right group to piss off because they all buy tickets to movies.
yeah.
John Wayne, 1985 for 20. LA
thank
is
you,
the
John.
modern Sodom and Gomorrah with morals that are the complete opposite to the majority of humans on the planet. That's the reason why the majority of their entertainment doesn't resonate to the rest of the human race.
Actually, it used to be that way. It's not that way anymore, unfortunately.
It's just a desolate wasteland.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hollywood used to be more conservative, at least in the messages in movies, but it wasn't so much conservative as it was values that resonated. And as there is moral decay in our society, and we have, I don't want to divert into a political discussion. I'm seeing the kind of hatred towards Jews I have never thought I would see in my life happening in public. And I never thought I'd see that. How is
Never
this
again.
a moral decay?
Again.
Yeah, Yad Vashem, if you know
Yeah.
the term. So it's a moral decay where we don't all agree on what is right and what is virtuous. So, yeah, I'm not getting on a soapbox. Just an aside. Thank you so much.
C Black for 199. Big difference from Supergirl and Fantastic Four world building. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Pokewub or Pokewub for 199. Millions to be with a woman hero movie made for men.
Thank you, Pokewub.
Jan Hugh gifted 5 Film Threat memberships.
Oh,
Thank you,
thanks so much.
Hugh. Tom, I guess I can, for 1313, I guess I can kick in some magic numbers for honeymoon role play costuming. Congrats and don't hurt yourself. Yeah, stretch.
The
be limber.
Supergirl costume is in the Amazon cart. Thank you, Tom.
Oh boy. Joe the lawyer for 499. Loving this smaller lineup and this lineup in particular. Less people talking over each other for the win.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Thanks for your legal work.
Andrew Cram for 10. What was trauma of growing up in a happy, supportive family that caused this type of coping with alcohol and parties? Yeah.
Bingo.
I hate to say it, but that happens in happy, supportive families too.
You know, I was about to say the amount of white women that I know with a lot of trauma from having excellent families is kind of shocking.
Yeah.
It is the modern women.
Yeah.
You would think it would be,
Thank
just
you,
real quick, that it would be a horrible place to grow up because it's been floating in space for 8 years. Where they're getting their food, where they're getting their water. How is the psyche of everyone knowing they're gonna fucking die a slow, painful death going through space? And yet she seems so happy, like it was just a fun all day.
Right.
There's dogs running around.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, she got to throw her dad in the pond, you know, or the
Yeah. Deacon Batista for 5. Yeah, why did James Gunn make Ma and Pa Kent seem like they were from the Dukes of Hazzard? Is that his idea of Southern folk? Fire Gunn as soon as possible, please. Yes,
Well,
because he said that's
it
the
is.
people he grew up around.
He grew up
Right.
in St. Louis, Missouri. So he probably knew people like that.
And what was wrong with the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
Love their car and the flag on top of it.
Love the
Chris, Chris Bolt for 5. Warner Brothers should give every DC movie / television script writing job to Penguin showrunner Laura LaFranc. Good Lord, that Supergirl script was trash.
Yeah. Why didn't they hire her? I'm actually more interested in what Matt Reeves is doing in his universe than
Well,
Gunn.
We'll see how they do with their Two-Face casting.
I know
Johnny,
Gunn made him submit a script before production, so
Yeah.
solid
You
script.
wonder.
That script, great script. Johnny freaking Bravo for 2. Chris Gore hates Supergirl so much he got married.
That's true. By the way, I heard spoke to a friend at the Supergirl premiere. Apparently, Gunn didn't go to the after party for the movie and jetted back to Atlanta, apparently with some new ideas.
Zeitgeist Ruminator for 5. When Kal-El's spaceship entered the Earth atmosphere, did Ma and Pa Kent in Southern accent see a bright, like, well, I was outside and I saw something going. I thought it was a star, but it landed. You know, I got the shotgun because no alien on my land, but he was white, so I took him in. Matthew Garrett for $4.99. Will YouTubers like Campea, Harloff, and Roca ever realize that this nation has projected woke ideology and any whiff of it? 1 out of 2.
Sorry, sorry.
From movie actors, directors, or studios will be met with voting with our dollars and not seeing films. Yeah, we don't have any patience for it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, I watch those people. I know Christian Harloff and Kempe in real life, and I know Roca as well, but they think differently. I think they have a right to their opinion. I like to hear what they think and have to say, but you know, that's on them. I can't respond for them. I think they're all genuine in their opinions. I don't think they're trying to be fake to grift or anything. Some get accused of that. I just think they have a different way of looking at things.
You know what it is, though? It's we hate it because it's bad, and they love it because we hate it.
Mm-hmm.
For some, yeah.
Some of them. Yeah.
I mean,
Campea
that's-
didn't like this, right?
You know, I mean, that's the thing is if we come out and say this looks bad, they're going to defend it no matter what. And when you do that, you're going all in. And
Right.
I watch
it
a
doesn't
wide
matter the
variety.
quality of what it is. You're going to find nothing but the good in it.
I watch a wide variety of YouTubers. I like to see what Grace Randolph. I watch her. I heard Supergirl review really surprised me. So, thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Lamin for 27 SE Martian Swedish kroner, whatever that is. Your prediction on Depp's coming back movie Scrooge. Oh yeah,
Alan, I believe we saw kind of a tease.
We saw
this at CinemaCon. So yeah, he's gonna make a comeback. I mean, Army Hammer is making a comeback, right?
But it's a Christmas.
Thank you. Okay, let's go through some real quick news stories here. Citizen Vigilante. Who has seen it?
I've just seen clips on social media.
Okay.
When he kills the family at the end.
That's basically all you need to see. You get the clip they show. Yeah.
It has topped the charts. Before I'm going to share this news here. What did you think, Badger, of the film?
It's kind of like the person who said Death Wish. You know, that was in response to like a crime epidemic in New York. And this is a crime epidemic in many countries of what's happening. So it's very prescient. It's fine. But also, I'm not the biggest Uwe Boll fan, even though we speak his name.
I'm not going to sit here and defend Uwe Boll and say he's a great filmmaker. But also, I happen to like exploitation movies.
Yeah, me too.
They're fun. The 70s is filled with them. Pam Grier. I mean, Quentin Tarantino could chew your ear talking all about cheesy exploitation films that inspired much of his career. And and whatever you think, Army Hammer had a chance with a comeback with this. He was offered the movie, just offered. No,
he didn't phone it in.
He did, and having seen the film, he was very good. Alan being the only positive review on Rotten Tomatoes for that film.
Is that 20% now?
What'd you say? But Uwe Boll, he reached out to Elon Musk, who shared the movie on X. It's the top of the charts on Amazon. It's #1 now. You can buy, rent. It's, affordably priced. Already announcing Citizen Vigilante 2 with an AI-made trailer. And
hold on.
It looks like Citizen Vigilante may be coming to America. If you look at this image, that is from Uwe Boll's official X account announcing a follow-up. It says he comes to America. Citizen Vigilante 2, and he says in his post, he says coming in 2027. What do we think of this, folks?
First of all, I don't believe he's going to film it in America.
Yeah,
he may or may not, but whatever. What do we think of this and what you know of? Look, you need to study this success of Citizen Vigilante. This movie is in a short list of movies that become divisive, and you can pick apart this movie all you want. Certainly, you can pick apart the exploitation aspects. But there was another movie, I would say, that was championed by people because of its politics, and that was One Battle After Another, which a lot of people did not see, but it went on to win how many Oscars? How many? I mean,
there's a big difference, though.
Well,
that one was trying to push a version of reality that wasn't real, and this movie came out right after that little grape study of 250,000 women and the percentage that were this ethnicity, and like that actually is happening. So it's
that's what I put in my review. It's the gaslighting that all the other films are, and this one dares you just rip it from the headlines, the actual headlines, and say you're not crazy, this is actually happening.
And needs to be stopped. Like this is insane that we've gotten to this level.
Or you're gonna get someone like Sanders here to stop it for you.
Yes.
I'm really curious, Blaine. Are there enough reviews on Criticless? Where does it stand?
I was actually shocked. I just shared it. We have 56 reviews, which I was not expecting, but I guess when you make it free, that's going to happen. It's at a 62%, which I think kind of falls in line. That's kind of around where I think Al had it right. And the scores are kind of all over the place, but obviously leaning upwards. So for our audience, especially, that kind of tracks. But I want to see it, just because I'm curious, and I despised one battle after another, and I want to see the other side of this coin. But yeah, people seem to be at least responding to it, and it's wild that Elon made this thing free, and that's obviously why we have so many people that are showing up to review it. So
It's gonna be a
62%
Punisher movie.
sounds fair.
This
Well,
could have
Rob-
just been a Punisher movie.
Right.
Rob, you're an indie filmmaker. Do you think I'm sure Elon must have paid Uwe to post?
Oh, I bet he did. I mean, it's a drop in the bucket for Elon. I thought it was kind of a cool gimmicky thing, but yeah, I think what's really interesting about this is that he's not just going after. I mean, in the movie, like the family he kills, the sons did it, and they thought they could get away with it because their religion, their belief system tells them that everybody that's not a part of that belief system are infidels. So that's why they think they can get away with doing raping and pillaging. And you know, Armie Hammer's like, that's incompatible with the Western way of life.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get to do that. And the daughter, you know, and the thing is, what you watch in that scene, they're espousing ideas that are happening all over the world right now. You know, Europe is having to contend with whether look at what's happened in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
And what you've got is you have people that just have different values. And when you're importing people that have no interest in assimilating into a culture, and they're just going to retain their own values, and you end up with a clash of civilization, and then we in the West want to be nice about it. Well, you know, we have to understand. Whereas Uwe Boll saying, no, we don't. Because if you're here, it's a privilege. You have to work hard. You want to be part of a democratic Western civilization where you get everything in the world. Well, then you have to abide by our rules. And there is that frustration. So, I mean, it's based on what these kinds of exploitation movies are always about the same thing. You have a group of people that stand up for themselves when you have we, the audience, wish that there was a guy that could do something illegal, you know, to save us. And it's wish fulfillment, and we like seeing violence, and we like seeing mayhem. And this movie is, I mean, Death Wish, there's been how many rape revenge films? It's a whole genre. I mean, you think back to Thriller, A Cruel Picture, you think back to Last House on the Left. I mean, these were movies that were being made all the time in the 70s because you had this kind of rampant crime in our urban environments in New York and Chicago and other places. And then Charles Bronson would step up, or the Robert Ginty's The Exterminator would step up and take care of business.
No, John Wick is just one big revenge of something horrible happening. We like when bad things happen to bad people.
Well, Taken was, you know,
That's what
Liam
I was
Neeson's daughter. Was it 2008 in France? She was
Yeah.
abducted to turn into a sex slave. That was happening. So it's, you know, this is where the anger comes out. I do think this movie is so specific in the way it addresses the reason for because Armie Hammer's character goes and visits. Do you want, you know, justice? And
What
he
do
goes
you
after
want?
not
What
just
do you
what
want?
you want. And he asks her, it's like, okay, I'm going to give it to you. It isn't just the boys that did the deed. It's the judge that let them off.
Right.
And that's the problem, that this is taken from the headlines. It's real. And it may inspire someone. And if something doesn't happen, I think that's the way it's going to end up going.
Yeah. Morally speaking, though, this is the issue I had with it was I think innocent people died at his hands, as well as there are people who died and it didn't match, the punishment didn't match the crime. And you speak of the family, it's like, okay, the mother and daughter, okay, maybe they were complicit, but I don't think that was a death sentence. The cops who were raiding his compound, I think they were doing, half of them were at least doing their job, I want to think.
Yeah.
And so I think if there's in 2, I want to feel like that there's going to become like a reckoning for Sanders, that maybe he's gone too far,
Maybe.
and have to deal with that. We'll see.
Yeah. Seth Rogan, who was in Supergirl, says that Sylvester Stallone has only made 4 good movies. Have you seen this clip yet?
I don't
Yes.
like
You got to see this. Let's talk about it. Here we go.
What's the over under on actual good movies Stallone has made? Oof. I think it's like 4, dude.
I mean, number one, obviously, by far.
You're going to say Demolition.
I was going to say Demolition. You know me too well. For sure, Demolition.
I know you love Demolition, and I'll give you that.
Number two,
Rocky.
Tango and Cash.
Yes, I enjoy that movie very much.
Yeah.
But I don't.
It's not a good movie.
It's not a good movie. I would say Rocky, First Blood, Copland, and Rocky 3.
Copland, I like. I don't give a shit about any Rocky.
Yeah, you don't like
they're
that.
fucking sports.
Yeah, you don't like sports. You don't like sports. Yeah.
In general. So Rockies can go. You can have your Rockies.
Okay. Won an Oscar.
You can have your Rockies.
You can have your Rockies.
And hit the road.
Stuff your Rockies in a sack. Get out of here.
You know what? I'm going to throw some shade.
You know what? I'm going to throw a little shade. Stallone, maybe not as good as Schwarzenegger. Not even fucking
Schwarzenegger's in 100 of the greatest movies ever. And
Predator alone is better than anything.
Yeah. I mean, Stallone has no Terminator 2.
No, he's not.
You know what I mean?
No,
or True Lies. Schwarzenegger's in like legit great
also,
movies.
Schwarzenegger's been in some bad ones, but fucking Stallone made a run of movies from like 1997 to 2012. Did you remember Driven?
Of course.
Do you remember Daylight?
Of course. He's trapped in the Holland Tunnel.
Do you know what his name is in Daylight?
Something cool, I bet.
Kit Latura.
Kit Latura.
I can't get out of here.
I saw that in the theater.
I saw Driven in the theater.
I saw Driven in the theater too.
Insane.
No,
insane movie.
So I've been bitten more by Stallone. I've gone to those movies.
Well, apparently there's backlash from this. Christian Toto did an article, and there's a lot of backlash about this. What do we think of this discussion? I like Ike Barinholtz, by the way. He's very good in the that show, The Studio. Rob, you must have seen
good.
It's that show.
The Studio is incredibly hilarious.
It's so funny. It's also there's a character in it that's a tribute to the player Griffin Mill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So look, there's backlash about this, but I like seeing like people in Hollywood talk about other work. Kind of interesting. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, I mean, I think that with Stallone, I mean, I would go back and say, I love Death Race 2000, where he plays Machine Gun Joe Viterbo. You know, and that's from the early mid 70s. And you can't say, I mean, Rocky won Best Picture. And I would say that Rocky 2 and 3 are worthy movies. The First Blood is legitimately a great film.
It's a masterpiece.
You know, you can't say that it's not. And I would say that has the rest of his oeuvre is not necessarily so great. But I mean, Rambo First Blood Part 2 as an action film is great.
Cliffhanger, Assassins.
Yeah, Cliffhanger is respectable. Demolition Man is respectable. I mean, Dredd. I have a soft spot for Judge Dredd.
Yes, absolutely.
I love Judge Dredd.
By the way, there's a movie coming out this year about the making of Rocky.
Oh,
yes,
we saw it
looks great.
It looks so good. It's about an actor it's about Stallone's story.
Yeah, it's a true story.
And the same guy who played Al Pacino in The Offer plays Stallone.
Yeah. But the thing is that
I got chills watching that trailer.
Yeah, but when you watch that, when you realize how Rocky was made, how can Seth Rogen dismiss a film like that for a guy who's come up in similar ways through comedy as Stallone did through action? You know, true independent filmmaking wins an Oscar, and how does Seth Rogen not appreciate and respect?
Yeah. And he was in like Victory, directed by John Huston, the soccer movie. There's a World War II soccer movie with a great cast that he's in. I saw that movie 4 times in the theater. I loved it.
Seth doesn't like me because I turned him down. I didn't want to be in his movie, and so he's talking shit. You know. I'm just saying.
Sly, is that you?
Hey, you know, maybe because I'm a Republican or something. He didn't like it, but.
Have you heard this rumor? I want to shoot this one down right away. Zoran Mandani is in Spider-Man Brand New Day in a cameo. Have you heard this?
No way.
Dude, I hope not.
Have you heard this?
No way.
From Disgusting. Tom Holland says that New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani has a sizable cameo in Spider-Man Brand New Day in
Oh,
theaters on
That's
July.
disgusting fish.
Disgusting fish. Thank
Is it
God.
disgusting?
Yeah,
no,
that's
it's fake.
disgusting
parody.
It's
fish.
fake.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Oh, thank
So
God.
this is that's why I'm explaining. This is a rumor, not to be taken seriously. I almost had you
It
guys.
scared me.
Oh, it's
I
crap.
almost had you guys.
Where's Mayor Fisk?
I'll say
Come
so.
on.
So he left at the end of Daredevil that no one watched, and he's been replaced by Mom Dami. Oh my God, we
Yeah.
better with Fisk.
As
All
soon as you pulled
right.
it up,
I mean,
was
can
like,
you imagine if there was a Spider-Man comic book that had Obama in it?
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
geez.
Well, there was. I'm saying they've gotten into politics before, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. Would not be surprised. So
Weren't there COVID Spider-Man issues too?
yes,
Mhm.
you know, get the jab, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Get the jab. Okay. Another thing, San Diego Comic-Con is coming. Are you guys gonna be there? Who is gonna be there?
Badger will be there.
I guess I will be there.
I'm
yes.
there.
Okay.
like,
Well, they're already decorating, folks. Already decorating. And guess what you're going to see on all the banners? Look at this.
Yeah.
It's Avengers Doomsday from outside Comic-Con. The Comic-Con banners have arrived outside the convention center. Here it is. Full on. There it is. We've got Avengers Doomsday. Is all the banners are green. It's all green. This is going to be big.
even the
What do you-
building.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what do we think? Yeah. And by the way, there is a film threat panel. I'm not supposed to announce it. I kind of
Yeah, you did. I knew you were going to get in trouble.
I announced not on public on social media. I mentioned we are doing a panel, but what do we think of this and what's at stake for Marvel?
They better put out a trailer.
Yeah.
Well, look, I think that's a
They're for sure going to drop the trailer.
Yeah.
they're for sure dropping the trailer there. I mean, would they drop it before? I don't think there's any.
I don't. It's going to be Hall H.
No, because they're still promoting Spider-Man at this time. So
Yeah.
I think this will be the premiere.
They'll drop the trailer. It'll be in front of Spider-Man Brand
Yes.
New Day, 100%. Well, what else do you think we will see? Will we see Downey? Will we see the cast?
We're gonna see everybody.
Will we
Yeah, it's going to
see-
be
everybody
the biggest.
will
It's
be
going to be
there.
the biggest Hall H panel ever. I think.
Yeah. Will we
Yeah, they're gonna
see?
pull out all the stops for this one.
Will we see like not just more about Secret Wars, but other Marvel projects announced? And by the way, I've been to the DC panels the last couple years. They've been, I would say, underwhelming. I don't know if you were there, Rob, but the DC panels at Comic-Con were kind of underwhelming,
Yeah.
to say the
No,
least.
this is look. They've got have a lot riding on this. I mean, no one's really talking about this, but this has to be the most expensive movie ever made.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I don't
what
even
else
think
do
they're
we
thinking it's
expect
going to
to
make
see?
money. Yeah.
Well, they don't have really anything between Doomsday and Secret Wars, so I would imagine, and I don't think they're going to really talk about Secret Wars unless they announce. They might make a big announcement about a second Avengers movie or a third Avengers movie or something, but and maybe they'll give us some information about X-Men. But I think they're going to promote the hell out of Doomsday. They're going to make Doomsday. It's
Is
like
the
they
Vision TV show coming out between them?
Yeah, but I've heard
Oh,
that
yeah.
they're not going to promote it there. They're going to save
Yeah.
that for D23, which I think is a mistake.
Mhm. Well, you don't want to move away from the messaging. You know, this
Yeah,
is all
that's true.
Doomsday.
I
I'm
think
guessing
we're
we'll
going
get
to
new actors, right? Like people that they haven't announced yet.
yes, I think they're gonna. Okay, we're gonna get the Doomsday trailer. No surprise, it'll be in front of Brand New Day. We're gonna get some other announcements. The one thing, last time I saw Feige there, when Downey Jr. came out, they revealed him as Doom. He said, "We're not gonna be announcing phases. We're just talking about movies." He didn't talk about Disney Plus shows. He just announced the films. So is there a new phase? Is there what other? I mean, just
They're talking about
speculating.
Phase 0 because they're starting over. I think.
That's my thought. That we went through phases 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Phase 0 with a reboot, maybe an X-Men date and title, maybe a few cast announcements for X-Men.
I mean, they're going to have a hell of a summer with Spider-Man and moving into Doomsday. I mean, hopefully they'll. I'm just worried. I'm really curious about. Also, they have Endgame Encore coming as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or they've added some new post-credit.
I think that there's here. I have a hypothesis about this. You want to hear my hypothesis?
Please.
There are 2 scenes from the beginning of Doomsday. I think they've moved into Avengers Encore, and without saying what they are, one of them involves the disposition of Steve Rogers because there's no way in my estimation that movie is 3.5 hours long. Doomsday, because the script was over 180. Oh, never mind. Let's just say I didn't mean to say that. It's just the movie must run long, so there are scenes that they could easily move in from the beginning of the film that they could move into this Avengers Encore that set up things. One involves Steve Rogers, and the post-credit scene would involve Doom himself. And I'm thinking, and maybe Scott Lang. 2 scenes because they're, and just for time's sake, because I don't know how they're going to fit that movie into a 2.5 hour slot. Maybe it is over 3 hours. I don't know. It would certainly warrant it because it's bananas.
And this new version of Avengers Endgame, do they resell it on VOD? One of the things I don't like, when you buy a film digital, they will replace the version you initially bought with a different version of the movie. They have done that.
Because you're just getting the license, right? You're not actually owning it.
It's weird how, now I'm, skittish about buying things digital. Does this new version of Endgame replace the old version? And now are they skipping over events of phases 4, 5, and 6 to get to
the special editions? You're gonna love it.
Special edition,
the new song number,
and they're using the Endgame new version to introduce Infinity Vision, which we all know is crap. Come on, folks, where are we going? You go to AMC Burbank 16, Rob and Alan. We go there. They have all these. Every theater has a branded version. One is XL, the XL version. The other one is Screen X. They're pushing screen. I saw Mando and Grogu in Screen X.
But those actually have hardware components to all of them.
Right. And Brand New Day was shot in Screen X, by the way.
Yeah. And there's 4DX for the
and 4DX. I like 4DX for certain movies. I like 4DX. But
just make sure you pee before you see the movie.
Yes, exactly. But I don't know. I think Marvel has a lot riding on this, and I think they're going to own Comic-Con. DC, I think, will be, if they're consistent, they'll be very they won't be impressive.
Lanterns, we'll get lantern stuff. Maybe we'll see green in that.
Yeah, but
and Clayface probably too.
Yeah, but
Clayface.
Yeah, because they're filming Man of Tomorrow now, so you're gonna get nothing.
Will we see more of Man
They'll
of
fly
Tomorrow?
in David Cornsweet and Nicholas.
Yeah, Man of Tomorrow's been shooting for months.
Yeah,
And actually, Clayface is getting pickup shots. Yeah. So they're still doing stuff on that.
Yeah, it's because they got to add in Batman.
I'm looking at the announced Marvel Studios projects. So it's Spider-Man Brand New Day, obviously, Doomsday, Secret Wars, and then in between it is Vision Quest. That's the only things other than the animated stuff that is announced.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll get a taste of more in some. If I know Marvel, there'll be some surprises. One last thing, I haven't seen this trailer, and I really want to watch it.
It's great.
And I haven't seen it. I love Robert Eggers, what he did with Nosferatu, all his films, The Witch. They're very authentic. I'd like to see Robert Eggers do The Odyssey. That would be great. But let's check this out because I haven't seen it at all. 2-minute trailer. I love the old English spelling. Oh my God. That looks great.
It's
Wow.
giving like all of his previous films kind of all wrapped into one. I've got like The Lighthouse in there, Northman, some of The Witch. Like, I love this dude. He does such excellent work, and I'm excited for this. Which I actually think Nosferatu was one of my lesser favorites of some of his others. But I think this is kind of my most anticipated movie of the year. It looks super cool, but it also looks pretty disturbing.
Yep.
I for one can't wait. I love his commitment to authenticity. The one thing you can't say about Robert Eggers' movie, he doesn't give a shit about modernity. He rejects it. He doesn't care about diversity. He cares about authentic casting, authentically telling. That's what you know what? That's the thing that sold me on Nosferatu. He doesn't give a shit about when. I don't think he cares about awards. Even though at the CCA, when Nosferatu came out, his table is right next to mine. And I dropped my phone and he picked up my phone and said, return it to me. Just, yeah. And I think we met him, Alan, at a screening.
Yeah, at a Nosferatu screening. And you actually interviewed him.
Yeah, I did interview him and I asked really stupid questions.
Like, what's up with Vavitch?
Yeah. Yes. That no, but I look, I can't wait. I love him as a filmmaker. I love that he shot this film for 3. It has like an old Hollywood feel.
Yeah.
Like a silent movie but with modern tech. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts, Rob?
I'm such a fan. When I saw The Witch, I was so talk about authenticity and verisimilitude. I was so blown away. The atmosphere that he's able to evoke, and the overwhelming sense of dread.
Yeah,
he's really great at it.
Yeah. So I can't wait. I'm there day one, and hopefully get to see it before Christmas. But there we go. We've got a lot of soups as we end the show. So if anyone needs to drop off, let me know, but let's try to get through these. So stick around as long as you can, but I understand if you have to go. So here we go.
Flying blind on a rocket cycle for 2. Good day, all, unless you're a Warner exec.
Oh, no. They're having meetings. What do you think is happening inside the halls of DC right now?
Here's what they're saying. Last year, we had 8 hits in a row, and now we can't even buy one this year.
Right.
Did you see Event Horizon when it cuts to the log of what it looked like on the ship when they go through? That's what's happening right now in the executive boardroom. A lot of flashing lights and screaming. Good time, Charlie, for 5. As a multi-generational Southerner, Ma and Pa Kent were based. Much better than the typical bigoted Hollywood portrayal of the South. Sinners sucked.
They hate goodness. They hate goodness.
Thank you, Good Time, Charlie.
Flying blind on a rocket cycle for 5. I can imagine Feige sitting in his office throwing darts at a picture of Gunn, probably saying to himself, "Who's the super pitch now, James?"
Oh, no. Thanks.
Norwegian Kryptonian for 59 Norwegian kroner. My biggest issue with modern sci-fi writing is that every alien is struggling with human problems.
Yeah. And I just thought Supergirl's cantina, like, that was impressive in 77. They can't redo that now. And even the designs in 77 were better.
Yeah.
I know. In Disclosure Day, the alien is disabled.
Handy capable. Handy capable.
With a shower curtain for privacy around a wheelchair. It was, oh my God. It was bad.
Movies America for 5. Leftists would love Citizen Vigilante like they did One Battle After Another if the family on the couch in that scene were all wearing MAGA hats or Charlie Kirk t-shirts.
Oh,
yes.
That's
true.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Bruce Leroy Jenkins for 10. Congrats, Mr. and Mrs. Film Threat Honeymoon Fund.
Oh, thank you, Bruce. Appreciate you. That's
Pilgrim Media for 2. I'm in the hospital. You all made my day.
Pilgrim, what are you doing in the
better.
hospital? Hope it's not serious.
Yes.
Hope it's not like that scene we saw in the new Jackass where they had a robot give a exam, not in a fun way. Pilgrim Media, let us know how you are.
Fuckwad for 50. Fund for the Godzilla, not a footstool, If you ever get it, hopefully you'll be able to actually use it as a footstool instead of having to put it in a closet away from somebody else's view.
Thank you for Quad. Appreciate that. I had my eye on you weren't, Rob, you weren't at Monster Palooza. There is a Godzilla footstool that is Godzilla's foot, and literally a footstool of Godzilla. I've had my eye on every time I go to Monster Palooza. I look at it. It remains unsold, but it's not cheap. Thank you for that, Quad.
Matthew Garrett for $199. Over the top. Yeah, over the top.
Yeah, some of
Stallone
these
movie.
lesser non-franchise Stallone movies are great. Like
That
over
was
the
a
top.
Canon film.
Yeah.
Copland for $199. Yeah.
Yes, Copland was great.
Or Stop My Grandma or My Grandma Will Shoot.
Yeah, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Just that Arnold pretended to be interested in that movie. Stallone would do it instead. Prime. Dira for 20. John Campea looks at movies like Siskel and Ebert while you guys like see it as entertainment, like the Rat Pack. They point to identity politics as part of the bad decisions, which is the final result of Campea's analysis.
Well, I like to hear Campea's takes on things. I think he has a very much an enthusiastic, motivated moviegoer's view of things. So I look at different critics for different, what their takes are. So, and I've never had a bad take worthy of ripping apart. So,
Except for the coffee table.
Except for the coffee table, which Alan will never forgive me for.
You can't unsee the coffee table.
That's true.
Deacon Batista for 2. I'll take Rhinestone over any Seth Rogen movie.
Yeah, forgot Rhinestone. That's a fun one.
You got our favorite blonde in that too.
Yeah, there you go.
The 1A train for 10. Rocky 4 single-handedly ended the Cold War and brought down the USSR. That's why Seth Rogen hates Rocky.
Yeah, and I also think I look at Seth Rogen movies. I like The Studio. I think that might be one of the best things he's ever done. But I can't convince people who don't like Seth Rogen to watch.
I know
that's
the hard part about it because it is so excellent. But people are so burned with him, they won't get near anything he touches with a freaking 10-foot pole.
Yeah,
I am that person. I don't like Seth Rogen.
Yeah, well, but see, I respect that. It's like I don't like him, but you would love The Studio if you can get past it.
It's worth it.
And Ike Barinholtz is so good. Ike Barinholtz is so good in that. And the episode at that award show. They kept mentioning that is hysterical.
Where they're all shroomed up.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Jan Hugh for $7.42. Seth Rogen is entitled to his terrible opinions, just like the rest of us. Oscar is my favorite Stallone movie.
Oh, Oscar. Oh my God.
John Wayne, 1985 for 5. Chris, for all that is good in the world, please read the transcript of what Seth Rogen said instead of subjecting us to the loathsome wretch himself.
Sorry, John Wayne. I just thought it was quicker to just see him speak for himself. We try to go for video rather than text. But thank you.
D Black for $4.99. Do you bring Hugh, Toby, Ryan Reynolds on stage with the Doomsday cast? Also, is the rumor true about Patrick Wilson as Professor X?
I wonder if we're gonna have more chairs.
I've heard that.
I haven't heard that, but
I have not heard it. But Patrick Wilson would be good.
Inspired
but
choice.
he's white.
Yeah,
I know.
right.
Yeah. Borg Porg for 2. What is better, Supergirl or Disclosure Day?
Oh God!
Ouch.
I'd rather watch Disclosure Day again personally.
I think maybe same.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you want to be stabbed? Do you want to be shot?
Right.
Not really either of them.
What's weird is that's not a Sophie's choice. It's I don't know. I think they're both bad.
Which one is
one's
quieter?
shorter?
If I can fall asleep to it, that would be.
Disclosure Day.
Yeah,
less bad
Disclosure Day.
songs.
So I would put that on and have a good nap.
There you go.
Jason Nelson for 2. Rob, enjoyed your chat with Brian on Superman Returns.
Yes, I on Saturday, or was it Sunday night? Saturday night. I gave Brian Singer a call, and then he called me back. So I talked to him about the 20th anniversary of Superman Returns live on the show.
Yeah,
which is
nice.
coming up next week.
I like that movie far more than I probably should.
It gets better and better.
I liked it.
Yes, it does. He does this thing where he saves people and he's hopeful. Alejandro Montoya Marin for 5. Cheers, everyone. Werwulf looks great. Saw Tuner and The Invite this weekend. Both great. Go check them out.
I really love Tuner. Al and I both saw it.
Yeah.
I've not seen The Invite yet. Again,
Yeah, I
it's-
can't wait to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen the trailer. So
I didn't realize it was playing.
yeah, it is. Well, now
There's
it's in wide release.
Yeah, there's some press screenings coming up too. So
Cool.
if you want
Jared Guffey. Jared Guffey for $1.99. Was Supergirl like Poltergeist behind the scenes?
I gotta think that Gunn had a lot of influence. It connects directly to Superman and Man of Tomorrow. He had to, even the line about doubling down on Jor-El, like that's a Gunn insert. There's too much. Craig Gillespie gives Gunn credit for one of the needle drops that was critical. So he was pulling strings. The look of it, the way that Kara looks in the movie, she looks very Star-Lord. He had influence. Okay.
So what you're saying that unlike the Marvels, there was an executive on set for Supergirl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rob, what do you think?
About what? I mean, which part?
Well, just the fact that Gunn was like sort
His
of
influence.
Supergirl.
I mean,
don't
I
he
think that
directed-
look, he's the head of the studio, and I think I wouldn't imagine that Craig Gillespie is a very accomplished, established director. And I have to tell you, I don't feel that Gunn did direct any of the movie, because if he did, it would have been better.
Exactly.
There's a part of me that says that, but then I saw Peacemaker season 2. Didn't he
He's an
direct
executive
that?
producer.
Yeah.
Oh, he just produced, because that was
No,
that.
this one I
Oh.
meant. He's an executive
Yeah.
producer.
'Cause-
My point is,
because-
it's not like Kevin Feige. He's not just a DC Studios
Right.
lead. He's also creative.
Right.
Yeah.
I
I
just
think
feel
it's
like
like
the
saying-
script was so unremarkable that not even James Gunn could have fixed that.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're not his characters. James is a writer director. He's an auteur. So he's got a writer's approach to all the characters that he directs.
Well, he set her up at the end of Superman to be this way, right? He could have had her say anything.
Right, but I was thinking more about everybody else in that movie.
Well,
the
Guardians of the
villains.
Galaxy, there was an existing script, and then James Gunn came on board to direct and then
That's true.
basically co-write that script as well.
Right.
I think it's like Richard Marquand directing Return of the Jedi. It might be that, but we all know he was on set every day. And Dr. Fauci's pardon prison butt for 5. Chris, yes, there are blue stars. When I was 7 and found this out, the first thing I wondered was if I went to that star, would I become Superman?
Oh, that's funny theory. But yeah, I mean, there's blue flame. I've never heard of green flame. That's why that's
You haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China?
Well,
Or you've never
yes.
farted into a candle?
But were
Oh,
those
boy.
flames?
Green
Or magic.
flames at the beginning of that movie.
Yeah.
The Charlie Reels for 5. Are superhero films so essential to the bottom line that they become too big to fail due to dependence? Shareholders would like to know. They have IP that they own.
Yeah.
And it needs to cash in. And wait, one last minute coming in hot.
Pilgrim for
Oh,
2.
what?
Monaco was terrorist hit today. Is that why you're in the hospital?
No,
What
but
did
it
you
was-
do?
They went after some Ukrainians.
Oh.
Wow.
unfortunate.
Okay. I have to scroll through X and get depressed after my weekend, but that's it for us. Thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Solid, ADLS24, Olo Leakway on Rumble. Thanks to Atomic Lori. Everyone, please plug your channels as we wrap up.
Blaine with criticless.com. Download it. Android, Apple, go review everything you're watching, including this terrible film. And you can find me on Criticless Cast on Thursday nights. So thanks.
Thanks.
Steph, Miner Your Home. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. I stream almost every day.
Thanks, Steph. Rob?
I'm on the Burnett work. Find me, and we'll talk more about this crazy movie.
Angry Badger. 20 minutes. We got Badger Cast coming up. We'll talk about House of the Dragon episode 2, Cyberpunk season 2, and yeah, everything going on with the DCU and whether the Tom Brittany Batman rumor is true or obfuscation.
And Alan, Wednesday we return to the beach as we celebrate Jaws.
That's right. It's 4th of July weekend. We're going to talk Jaws, among other things. We'll probably talk Minions too. Lots of Hollywood news. And we're going to have a very special guest on Wednesday. Very special guest. Jaws related.
Yeah.
So
Steven Spielberg?
He will have story.
Wow.
He will have stories to tell.
Stories
Richard
to tell about
Dreyfuss?
Jaws.
Base Richard
Stories to
Dreyfuss?
tell about Jaws. No, I can't. Pat Jankwitz is coming on. Talk about Jaws.
Oh.
So there you go.
And someone who got eaten by a shark. And
That's it for us. Thank you to everyone who sent in a soup. I appreciate all the well wishes on my recent nuptials. I'll talk more about it on Wednesday. Thank you to everyone here today. This is my favorite. I can't believe I made it, actually. I drove back up this morning and just made the show, and I'm happy to see all my friends. That's it for us. We'll be back Wednesday. Alan,
let's get out of here.